should you spray the weeds in your lawn now? Ah, that has been a hot question here lately, so let's try to answer it. So you got a lot of weeds in your lawn, you're just not liking it. It looks terrible on that brown dormant Bermuda. Should you go ahead and zap those things and kill them now? Yes, you can. My preference is no. Thanks for being here, folks. Oh, it is so nice out, like mid-70s today. I appreciate you joining me. If you're new here, I hope you'll come back more often. Leave me a thumbs up if you like this video, a comment down below, all that jazz, you know, helps me out so much. So, they're going crazy right now. They're all over in my neighborhood. All the winter weeds are rearing their ugly head. And you're just freaking out because you think, oh my gosh, look at all these weeds. I'm gonna have a terrible looking lawn this season. But just wait. That is not the case. And I tell you why I wouldn't spray them right now. The reason being that these are winter weeds. And when the warm, hot summer gets here, all of those are gonna be gone anyway. So if you just hang tight, be a little patient, you won't be dealing with those, but during this springtime season. So how do you keep them from coming back next year? That's the most important thing you should be thinking about, is getting on a pre-emergent schedule so you don't have all those weeds pop up in March like you have had this year. I've done several videos about pre-emergents, but I'll leave my most recent one down in the description below, where I simplify it for you, tell you how I put down an application about every 3 months or so from September to March, and that helps prevent the winter weeds and then the summer weeds, and I don't have to deal with weeds all year long. And don't forget one of my other videos that I posted recently, kind of going against what I just told you, where I'm not putting a pre-emergent down this spring. Little experiment to see what happens. So if you've missed a pre-emergent and you're wondering what is going to go on in your lawn, well, I'm going to try to answer that for you without a spring pre-emergent. But for now, yeah, weeds, a non-factor in my lawn. Still pretty dormant. Green is starting to come through. These warm temperatures, lots of sunshine, really about to help jumpstart things. But we're still a couple ways away, a couple weeks away from our spring scalp. We did have a little frost this morning, got pretty cold last night, so I'm going to try and hang tight a pinch longer this year than I did last year. I don't want to scalp too early. Last year I did, and we got some heavy freezes after that, and it really slowed down my green up in the latter part of the spring. So I did another video about scalping. I'll leave that one down for you in the description as well. So many ways you can do things in the lawn. I just want you to know that there is no right or wrong way. But if it were me, as far as these weeds go in your lawn right now, here's what I would do. I would hang tight. I would just kind of deal with it, because I don't like to spray a weed killer on weeds until the temperature is much warmer than it is right now. I want to have temperatures in the low to mid 80s, because I have found that that is when most of your weed killers, I use the Spectracide Weed Stop for lawns plus crabgrass killer, I found that that is when I've seen the most success with those. When it is hot enough out for those active ingredients to really just like crush the weeds, but it's not too hot out yet to where those weeds are already gone already. When I first built this house back in 2017, I'm telling you, this front lawn was nothing but white clover, every disgusting winter weed under the sun, and look at it now, nothing. A lot of that, of course, is because of my pre-emergent schedule, but in my second season in the lawn, that's when I decided to take care of weeds in 2018, and in just 2 applications of that Spectracide, I pretty much got rid of every single weed in my front lawn. So I want to tell you a couple simple tips. I've done a full video about this. I'll leave that one down in the description below as well, about how to see the most success with that weed killer this spring if you decide to wait a pinch longer to use it. I've been getting this question a lot, and I'm going to tell you step by step my answer. Don't mow before you decide to spray your lawn to kill the weeds. You want as much leaf blade on those weeds as possible to give that weed killer as much stuff to like cling on to and work into the weed and kill it and reduce the chance of it coming back. So if you just gotta mow because it's out of control, mow 2-3 days before you decide to spray the weed killer. Make sure you spray it on a warm, dry day. You can get by with, I like to do it with at least 24 hours of dry weather. If you can get 48 hours, even better. The drier the weather, to let that stay on those leaves and really start working instead of washing off in rain is much better for the process. Then your third step, hang tight on mowing again. Don't feel like you gotta mow right away. You're just mowing down weeds. You want to keep those there for as long as possible to let that weed killer work its magic. And I promise you, if you do that, this killing these weeds whole thing isn't as difficult as it may sound. So quit stressing out about it. Just make sure you don't mow before you spray. You do it on a dry, warm day, and then you don't mow for a few days afterwards. I know it's going to be tough. It's going to look like crap. Things are going to start wilting. It's just not going to be the lawn you want. But trust me when I say the juice is worth the squeeze. So squeeze that like weed killer all over the lawn and just hang tight, and you'll be on to the weed-free lawn that you so desire in no time. Okay, does that help? Does that help? Because I'm serious, that question has been the hot one over the last week, and I hope it gives you all the insight you need to know whether or not you should take care of the winter weeds right now or just wait a little bit, because what you should really be focused on is making sure you prevent any crabgrass and summer weeds from coming up, because these cool season weeds will be gone in no time. Just focus on that pre-emergent schedule that I'll have in that video below, and you'll be all set. It's that simple. All right, my friends, probably got a suntan while I'm out here. That's all we've got on this edition of Budget Lawns. You know how much I appreciate you. Your support means a lot, and we will see you in the next one.